Well, as you can see, I'm still in the process of trying to move to my new dig, and since I'm determined to try to come to you every week, as I promised, I'm taking a break from that strenuous work to have a little chat with you. Last weekend, my producer and son, Lucky, and myself attended the annual Black Gay Pride weekend. While the organizers of the event made every attempt to politicize it just a little more this year and had a State of Black Gay America Summit and luncheon where there were issues of political nature discussed, and inclusion and unity and all of those great ideals that would promote the advancement of the LGBT community as a whole. The event itself was, to my way of thinking, just more of the same party. And the place that the transgender community fit in that party was very, very small. I mean, he and I went to the pool party, and we went to the Atlanta Peach Club, big, nice, lovely place, full of men, maybe 5 of us. And in all of those places, I felt I could have been an invisible woman. Very little attention, and in some cases, downright rude behavior. As when I volunteered as a greeter at the Atlanta Peach to have various members of the gay community as they passed through and got my welcome to the Lion's Den explosion, I got with no response, not even a hello. Lucky and I discussed this, and he said to me, "Ma, maybe it's because they were all fellas that came looking for men, and, well, hell, you're a woman." This made me pause and think, well, perhaps that just is the case. They have absolutely no attention to give a woman, but surely I would think that as another member of the gender non-conforming community, that we could at least be civil and get along with one another. And so then he says to me, well, perhaps the transgender community just has to have its own pride. And when you have your own pride, all of the transgender admirers will come to it, because they don't come to the gay pride either. And this was confirmed by an admirer who said, well, I didn't expect to see any of you all there, and I don't go to spaces that are predominantly gay. So perhaps that's the solution. Everybody welcome, with the focus on the transgender community. It gives you something to think about, doesn't it? Another possibly more feasible solution is to have discussions between our communities and find that common ground of understanding to where the next Atlanta Gay Pride may be more inclusive, more understanding, more representative of the whole gender non-conforming community. What say you? If you have any suggestions how this can happen, either a transgender pride or putting together a conference of discussion, give me a line. Drop a line to Winnona for the corner at yahoo.com. But you know, I really love the kids. I mean, I get a kick out of being around and watching, you know, members of the community having a great time, enjoying themselves, and it's hellified when the younger kids get to doing the Vogue and the Jet Set. I really enjoy it. It's just a shame that somehow they can't find a way to enjoy me too. I mean, you know, we have things to offer in the way of conversation. And for the younger kids, a lot of them that don't know about how things work could learn a little something from a gal like me.
It's that thing called what do they call it? Transphobia? Like homophobia? Transphobe. Like I recently just learned about that. I was actually watching that DVD that you gave me from the last year's summit with Tracy Daniels.
Yeah, there is such a thing called transphobia, and it extends from the heterosexual community into the gay community all too often, and I think it all stems from a lack of understanding and a lack of knowledge as regards transsexualism. And some of it, I think, stems from the religious doctrines that have so long, have for a long time, suppressed the gay community. And it's interesting and ironic that that same ideal should extend to us from the gay community. But I think if we were to find ways to communicate without shouting, we might possibly find our common ground, and I think that might result in more inclusive and enlightening gay pride in the black community.
Well, I think they should have more trans-friendly activities as far as at the clubs. You know how the girls have the tracks girls and the boys we have, you know.
Well, you know, the bottom line is it all boils down to where they think they can make their money.
Yeah. Oh, of course, money talks.
So when we find a way to assure the powers that be in the organizing of the events that it's possible to be a worthwhile money venture, something where they can at least break even, where the interest is great enough to generate participation, I imagine we can do that.
I know. Well, let's get back to moving, okay, girl? Packing these boxes.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do.
My God.